Start with this. Caitlin Clark's leading, and we've got 4 Indiana Fever players in the top 10, which I think can be expected. And there's a supposed, people keep telling me, supposed second most popular player in the league that doesn't look like the second most popular player at all.
Caitlin Clark is dominating the WNBA All-Star fan vote with 515,993 votes, a clear statement. Meanwhile, Angel Reese didn't make the top 10. For other Indiana Fever players are also climbing the ranks, making this race even more surprising.
In the lead, Angel Reese isn't even close to making the top 10.
Clark's fans flip the script and shake up the entire All-Star race. If these numbers have you fired up, hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest WNBA updates. Now, let's break down what's fueling this fan-powered takeover.
The list is out, man. Check out what Chloe ended up stating. Caitlin Clark is #1 in All-Star fan voting in the first returns the league just announced. Clark has 515,993 votes, while Minnesota's Napheesa Collier is second, and Indiana's Aaliyah Boston is third.
Caitlin Clark's fan base has become an unstoppable force in the WNBA. Her 515,993 votes stand alone as the only total over 500,000 this year. That's not just impressive. It's unmatched support that no other player comes close to.
Only player to eclipse 500,000. Napheesa Collier, who is probably the leader of the MVP pack right now, is at 485,000.
For perspective, the next closest is Napheesa Collier with around 485,000 votes, a significant gap. There's even buzz that Clark could hit 1 million votes by the end of the voting period, something the WNBA has never seen. This isn't just a star player drawing attention, it's a movement reshaping how the league views its fan base. And Clark isn't the only one riding this wave.
Fam, you literally have 5 players looking like they're going to be in the All-Star game. Check this out. You got Caitlin Clark right here. Aaliyah Boston right here, right? We'll go down a tad bit. Kelsey Mitchell. Go down a little bit. Lexi Hull. That's 4. That's 4 already. And then at 16, you have Natasha Howard, fam. Yo, oh my goodness, man. I know they are eating crow right now, man. Swinging.
That's right. The Indiana Fever are suddenly dominating the All-Star voting charts. Aaliyah Boston holds third with around 447,000 votes. Kelsey Mitchell has about 277,000. Lexi Hull sits at 217,000. Natasha Howard is holding 16th, and Sophie Cunningham is climbing fast at 23rd. That's 5 Fever players with a legit shot at All-Star spots. And it's largely fueled by the momentum of Clark's fan base. They're not just voting for her, they're lifting her entire team into the spotlight. That kind of impact is rare. Most stars can't drag their whole roster into the conversation just by showing up.
You cannot mess with this fan base, all right? Caitlin Clark fan base is the most dangerous fan base in a good way, all right, when it comes to vote.
Clark's fan base apart. It's more than just stats or flashy highlights. The connection runs deeper. Fans see her as clutch, the kind of player who delivers when it counts. That builds real loyalty. For them, voting isn't just a tap, it's personal. It's about making sure she gets the respect they believe she's earned. And no one expected it to reach this level. Sure, Clark entered the season with plenty of buzz, but pulling in over 500,000 votes and possibly hitting 1 million? That's game-changing momentum. The numbers alone are rewriting the WNBA story this season. Clark's fans aren't waiting for the league to decide who matters. They're deciding for themselves. And now, the league has no choice but to pay attention.
I'm wondering, are we going to see 1 million votes this time? Because I saw somebody earlier that said so far voting is actually way up versus exactly where we was at this time last year.
And it's not just about the numbers. The votes are sending a message. Every effort to downplay Clark's impact or redirect the spotlight has only fueled her fan base even more. Her supporters are making it clear. They want Clark and her teammates front and center. The league's old marketing strategies suddenly feel outdated. Fans aren't relying on the media to define the stars anymore. They're making that call themselves. And right now, Clark is leading the charge.
Now, if you were thinking that you were going to be able to keep Caitlin Clark out of the All-Star vote, you're crazy, man. All right? You're really out of your mind if you thought you were going to be able to keep Caitlin Clark out of the All-Star vote.
While Clark's fan base is rewriting the rules, there's another story unfolding on the other side of the vote totals. A player the league and media have been promoting as the next big star isn't getting the same response because the fans just aren't buying in.
We are 6 players down the list, and I've yet to see the name Angel Reese, or one of her dozens of aliases. I haven't seen Bayou Barbie, I haven't seen Me Bounds, Queen, Social Media Princess.
Reese is everywhere this season: headlines, interviews, social media. The media keeps calling her the face of the WNBA, and the coverage is nonstop. Even Forbes named her one of the league's key growth drivers. Reese herself leans in, claiming she's the reason people are watching and that she'll be remembered for putting the WNBA on the map. But the All-Star fan vote tells a different story. The media says she's the face, yet the fans didn't back it up.
Angel Reese. Well, wait a minute. I thought it was about you too. Everybody's watching because of me too, except everybody's not watching because of you too. I mean, guys, if the ratings ain't enough and the attendance ain't enough and what happened at LSU ain't enough and all this other stuff ain't enough to tell you where Angel Reese's place is, well, it's 13th place.
Right now, Angel Reese sits in 13th place with around 173,000 votes, well, outside the top 10. Despite all the hype, fans are clearly looking in another direction. And it's not just veteran stars ahead of her. Rookie Kiki Rice is pulled in about 213,500 votes, outpacing Reese in the race.
People keep telling me supposed second most popular player in the league. That doesn't look like the second most popular player at all.
The gap between the media's narrative and real fan support is impossible to ignore. Take Aaliyah Boston, for example. She's sitting in 3rd place with around 447,000 votes. Compared to that, Reese's total isn't just slightly behind. It's not even in the same league.
They're showing up, and they have got her voted ahead of Angel right now. Angel is not in the top 10. And, at least, right here, one of her fans is freaking out. The WNBA Open All-Star voting, and I'm voting for Angel Reese to be an All-Star. It's been open for like a week.
Really unfolding is a fan-driven rebellion against the hype machine. The media can anoint Angel Reese the face of the league all they want, but when voting opens, it's the fans who make the call. Reese headlines the press, but ballots are going to players who are in genuine connection: Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, Napheesa Collier. It's not about buzz or big-name billing. It's about authenticity, clutch performance, and real rapport. When the media crowns someone, expectations skyrocket, and fans won't overlook underwhelming on-court results. Right now, Reese's omnipresence hasn't translated into votes, while Clark is shattering records and leading a grassroots movement. Even Paige Bueckers sits ahead of Reese, ranking 6th for the Wings, proof that true fan support can't be manufactured.
Paige Bueckers is number 6, which I thought was rather surprising. 3 months ago, Paige Bueckers was the only star in women's basketball not named Caitlin Clark. She entered the WNBA dump with a massive amount of mainstream notoriety. But as soon as she put on the hard hat, as soon as she was sized for the steel-toed boots, the second she took off the UConn jersey and exchanged it for the Dallas Wankers.
But here's where it gets tricky. Media votes make up 25% of the final All-Star selections. That means Reese could still climb the rankings, even without strong fan support. If the media pushes her into a top spot, despite the vote totals, it could stir real controversy. Fans have already made their voices clear. If the final results don't reflect that, backlash is almost guaranteed. This isn't just about one player missing out. It's about whether the league is truly listening to its audience. The message from fans is loud. Performance and connection matter more than media-driven narratives. The divide between media perception and fan reality is growing. And with the vote totals out in the open, one thing is certain: fans are done being told who the stars are. They're ready to decide that for themselves.
Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
This year's WNBA All-Star voting is a wake-up call for anyone following the media narrative. For months, headlines and interviews have spotlighted Angel Reese and Aya Wilson, with outlets like Forbes calling them key drivers of the league's growth. But when fans got the chance to vote, they chose a different path. The numbers speak for themselves. On-court performance and real connection are what truly matter. Just look at the top of the leaderboard.
Headline at Forbes from April of this year: how Angel Reese and AJ Wilson lead the WNBA's growth. I'm sure you noticed the glaring omission in that headline. According to Forbes, Caitlin Clark is not responsible for elevating this turd into the mainstream. The ladies responsible for elevating the WNBA are Angel Reese and the unknown face of the Las Vegas Anonymous Faces.
Napheesa Collier holds second with around 485,000 votes. Aaliyah Boston follows closely in third with about 447,000. And at the top, Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own with 515,993 votes, blowing everyone else away.
Damn, they are literally about to have a starting five in the All-Star game. That is crazy work. Damn, this tickled me so bad, man, when I saw this. I said, dog, I know people are pissed at this. I really think they're going to have 6 because Sophie is right here at 23, creeping up into the vote.
While Reese sits at 13th with around 173,000 votes, while rookie Kiki Iriafen has already passed her with over 213,000. The media painted Reese as the new face of the WNBA, but fans are backing players who perform and connect with them in real time.
The vast majority of these votes are coming from Caitlin Clark fans. Once voting is closed, they'll account for 50% of the vote. Who's the other 50%? 25% will be WNBA players, and the other 25%, the mainstream.
WNBA's voting system gives fans 50% of the power, with players and media splitting the remaining 50% to 25% each. That structure opens the door for controversy. If media votes push someone like Reese into the final All-Star lineup over players who earn more fan support, fans will notice. This isn't just about who makes the roster. It's about whether the league truly values the voices of the people who watch the games and buy the tickets.
Tell me, these unknowns are ranked.
This disconnect goes beyond a single All-Star game. The league's marketing has been spotlighting certain names, but fans are making it clear. They want to choose their own stars. The voting results say it all. Fans care about on-court impact and authentic connection. Clark, Collier, Boston. They're not just putting up numbers. They're striking a chord with fans in a way no headline or promo can fake.
7, 8, 9 on the list are Kelsey Mitchell, Sabrina Ionescu, and Lexington Hull. The following 3 are Kiki Iriafen, Kelsey the Plumber, and Satou Sabally.
Now the ball is in the league's court. Fans have spoken, and the old playbook isn't cutting it. The real question is, will the WNBA double down on the media's chosen stars, or start listening to the people actually watching and voting? Keep an eye on how the league responds, especially as the media keeps trying to elevate its favorites.
Plum is likable. She's a lovely lady, but you mean to tell me she's more popular than Angel Reese? The same Angel Reese who has been begging, and I mean
seeing right now, is fans taking control of the WNBA narrative. Over 500,000 votes for Clark, top 5 spots for her Fever teammates. This isn't just support, it's a statement. Fans aren't waiting for the media or the league to decide who matters. They're choosing players who connect, who grind, and who feel authentic. This isn't just a moment, it's a movement. And the league has no choice but to listen. Sound off below. Which Fever teammate do you think will sneak into the final All-Star roster? Thanks to Clark's fans, the future of the WNBA is in your hands. Who will you lift up next?